city.
Actually, that's spot on.
It is spot on.
All the competition that try to compete.
Everything is spot on.
Welcome back, everybody. Another day, another episode of Spot On Sports, where we're not just accurate, we're spot on. This is the new wave of sports. Today with me is I am Wayne Galloway. Today with me as well is my colleague, as always with me, Xavier Maddox. And we have a special guest today, Abdul. X and Abdul, can y'all introduce yourselves?
What's going on, world? Y'all know it's the X Factor. Same as always, man. But this guy to my right or my left, special guest.
Abdul.
Oh yeah, what's going on, y'all? Oh yeah. Well, Abdul Iskandari right here, ladies and gentlemen. Dat Man Dooley is my alias. You can catch me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. I got a Facebook page. Go like, subscribe. I'm there. I talk the game. Podcasts on Anchor. I'm all about sports, baby. So basically. But what's going on, my people?
That's
That's what we
right.
love to hear. All of us here about sports. That's what I like to hear right there.
It's
But
about to
before we
be
get
good.
into today, hey, wait on it. But before we get on today's shows, I want to make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe on Spot on Sports, Instagram, and Twitter at spot_on sports.com and on YouTube as well. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Before we start today's show, I would also like to talk about a historic Black figure. As we all know, this is Black History Month. I would like to just acknowledge another Black figure, as we did last episode. As we recently just passed, Bob Marley. So I'm acknowledging Bob Marley. Two things I want to say about Bob Marley was he was a true musician. If anybody don't listen to Bob Marley or reggae music, I think I should give it a try. That man really is like a poet when it comes to music, and he actually talks to you like the music hits your soul and it's understandable. Also, he is a wise guy. One quote I would like to say from Bob Marley is, "Money is numbers and numbers never end. If it takes money to be happy, your search for happiness will never end." Don't let that go over your head, X. Don't let that go over your head. Bob Marley quote. X, do you have a historic Black figure you want to acknowledge?
In respect to Bob Marley, first of all, rest in peace. But money made me happy a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But respect to Bob Marley. I would like to shout out a long legend. She died in 2005. The great Rosa Parks. Without her, we wouldn't be here today. Sitting on all the seats we want to sit on. She did a very, very proud moment and stood up for herself when it was rough times, when it was life-threatening times, to stick up for yourself. Not only was she a Black person, but she was a Black female. You know what I'm saying? So a strong Black female at that. And that's what a lot of people were scared of back in her day. And they're still scared of now, but they were more scared of back in her day. So I definitely respect that and honor that. I know she's up in heaven, you know what I'm saying, still expiring. The soul's up there. So rest in peace, Rosa Parks, a true legend. I just wish I would have got a chance to meet her, before she died in 2005.
That was a good take. Abdul, do you have anybody you want to acknowledge?
Absolutely. I want to acknowledge the late great Cicely Tyson, who we just lost a few days ago. One of the first Black women involved in film. She paved the way for so many Black women, Black men, just actors all around. You know what I mean? So the fact we just lost her, we've truly lost a pioneer to the game, and she will never be forgotten.
Never.
That was a good take right there.
And I still remember my first time seeing her in the movie was what was that? Medea family? Was it family reunion? But I remember her coming out the house. I can tell you the scene. I remember her coming out the house and just trying to make peace between the families and stuff. So that was like one of my first times seeing her in a movie. So
Truly,
and
God rest
rest in
all their
peace.
souls.
Yeah.
Happy Black History Month. Today's shows, we got 4 hot topics. We have Super Bowl reaction, Tom Brady and the Patriots, and I almost said Patriots, Buccaneers, crushed Kansas City and Mahomes. We also have, it's been a lot of conversation about who are the top goats of sports. We're only going to name our favorite 2, in our opinion. Who is the current NBA MVP? It's a lot of options right now, but it's not many. And lastly, should there be an All-Star game? There's a lot of talk about should there be an All-Star game and should there be one. Today, okay, so now first topic, we have Super Bowl reaction. We're gonna have Abdul actually as the guest start this. I'm gonna give you to start this off. Hear your take on the Super Bowl reaction and who you had winning and why you had them winning.
Oh, well, we all know what the Kansas City Chiefs can do. We know what kind of offense they had. I'm talking one of the best offenses I've ever seen. You get what I'm saying? Now, however, there's a man on the other side, ladies and gentlemen, named Teflon Tom. I like to call the man Teflon Tom, okay? That's what I call the man, okay? So the man did what he always does. All he does is win, okay? For God's sakes, the first season he hops on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he takes them to the Super Bowl. Come on. As soon as they made the playoffs, I knew they were getting to the NFC Championship at the least. As soon as he got in the playoffs, because I'm like, oh man, Tom Brady's in the playoffs, So I had him against the Chiefs. For God's sakes, the Chiefs had 2 or 3 starting offensive linemen who are out for the game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have the best defense in the playoffs. They had the most sacks. So that Bucs defense was hot. So what's going to happen? Everything that I thought of happened. Mahomes was on the run all day. I can't even blame the game on Mahomes. He didn't have no time. Meanwhile, Tom had time. They made sure they protect the old man. I'm telling you.
Did.
Exactly. So, it was just a recipe for disaster as far as the Kansas City Chiefs go. Tyreek Hill was abysmal, didn't have a great game. Kelsey was neutralized. It was just sad, man. I've never seen the Chiefs in that kind of situation. You know what I mean? But yeah, I had Tom Brady in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because I'm no fool, my man. Like I knew they were going to win this game.
I like it. I like it. I like that because I had Tampa Bay as well. X, I'm gonna let you get your take off first because I know you got something crazy to say, and you had the Chiefs winning, and you lost that bet to me. After you, I'm gonna go ahead and have my take. X, you go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna start by saying, Wayne, don't be saying exactly nothing, because you was slandering Mahomes too. He trying to fake for the camera. Okay. I'm gonna say this, and I'm glad Abdul you pointed it out before you was done. I will say this. First of all, it wasn't Patrick Mahomes' fault. And I just hate how people be like, oh, Tom Brady is now the undisputed GOAT. That's not true. That's not true at the quarterback position. Yes, he's the most accomplished quarterback ever. I'm not even going to deny that. I mean, that's facts. But he's not the best. Patrick Mahomes is actually the best. But like you said, first of all, 2 of his tackles was hurt. So that was one of the reasons why, the defensive line was just eating his ass up. Let's not ignore that. The defense was way better than the defense that we had, the Kansas City Chiefs. So he didn't have no time in the pocket. Really, if Brady was in that situation, he would have probably had the same type of game. Patrick Mahomes, I know incompletions, they don't count for nothing, but some of the incompletions that man threw, I mean, they was like, they had you in like, oh man, the man, he threw it while about to fall on the ground. He threw it like that. And man, that's probably one of the best incompletions I ever saw in my life. And that's just him under pressure. So imagine if he had the same type of opportunity like Brady had in the pocket. Imagine what he would have done. Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelsey, I have no excuse for them. They are top tier. They should play like it. I know they was gonna double Tyreek Hill. I mean, he's the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Travis Kelce is the one that I'm really, really upset with because you should be smoking the linebackers. You should be smoking the linebackers. You should be
What?
He should have had a bigger impact on the game. Tyreek Hill, I can understand because they really prepared for him. So it was just Travis Kelce. I feel like Travis Kelce is a mismatch for any back in the league. That's just me.
What?
But yeah, Tom Brady didn't. Tom Brady, he had a decent game, but it wasn't him that won the game. It was the defense. It was the defense that won that game. It was almost like Cam Newton 2015 Super Bowl type of stuff. It wasn't Peyton that won that game. It was the defense that won that game. So I don't want to hear people say Tom Brady the GOAT because of this, because it's not true. And if that's the case, then Eli Manning the GOAT because he beat Tom Brady twice. So you know what I'm saying? I just don't just look at the wins, y'all, the Super Bowl wins. Don't just look at that. Don't just pay attention to that. Tom lost. Tom has lost. So we know that, right? He's lost. He's not undefeated. So let's just make sure we know that. Make sure we tell the whole story here. I'll let you go, Wayne. Make sure we tell the whole story.
I'm gonna apologize for you're not used to X wild takes as you just had saying. I'm ready. First of all, I'm gonna have to agree with Abdul. Tom Brady, and first of all, we're gonna clear this. Tom Brady is the GOAT and will always be. I don't know why you saying Mahomes is he's not, and just because Eli beat him. Let me talk. I didn't interrupt you. Let me talk. Second of all, I'm gonna have to agree with Dude. I had them winning actually since they signed Leonard Fournette AB in the free agency. I wish it was recorded. I wish somebody had a video of me, but I predicted the Super Bowl. As everybody in Spot on Sports know me as Mr. Perfect. I get things right all the time. I don't know why, but thank God for this mind I got. And it's just like I've seen it since the injuries and how when Tampa got in the playoffs, as you said. The last time they lost was against New Orleans. I mean, was Kansas City in the regular season. And they didn't forget that. Tyreek Hill taunting them with the 2.2, the number 2 deuces. And offensively they was better. Mike Evans had a bad game against Green Bay. He prepared and came back better this game. Chris Godwin do what Chris Godwin do, make clutch catches, take the big hits across the middle. Cameron Brate had a big game. Surprisingly, Gronk showed up and he didn't block a lot, even though I didn't think Gronk was going to do a lot, but he stepped up in the Super Bowl as he always did when he was with New England as well. And for you saying Brady had a decent game, that was very disrespectful. That man had a perfect game. Brady had a perfect game. Then they had the perfect game plan. Came in with the run game with Leonard Fournette, which I said was going to tear and wear down the Kansas City D lineman because Brady was not going to throw as much because he already know the pressure that was going to come to him. And in the he already had beefs with some of the players on the line. And yeah, he went back and forth with them, but he shut him up too. AB showed up is what AB does as he was injured last time as we were base. So he had time to prepare, heal up, and get focused. Defensively on the side of the ball, I don't know why you talking about Mahomes ball. We should already knew that was expected when they had the 3 old linemen injured. And for you to say disrespect Devontae White, Levante David, saying Kelce should torch them, are you crazy? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Devontae White is probably one of the best linebackers in the league. David is probably one of the best linebackers in the league. No disrespect to Kelce, he did okay. But clearly he didn't do enough. As the score was ended up 31-6. I don't know. I don't know what are you talking about or what are you got into. Abdul, me and you on the same page. I see respect. X, I don't know what are you talking about. This was a blowout, like I said. For the money, like I said. And Brady is the GOAT. I don't know why you keep trying to hop off the wagon.
What makes Brady the GOAT?
Well, it's
what you mean? His resume speaks for itself.
Yes. Well, hold on, my man. You got to understand. This man first started winning Super Bowls when I was a little boy. Now, I'm no old man, but I ain't been a little boy in a long time. So this man's first Super Bowl was about 20 years ago. I don't know how old you are, but you look like a young man. That's about your whole life. right there. You know, so you got to understand, man, been to the Super Bowl 10 times, got 7 rings. For you to call Mahomes the greatest of all time when it's only been 3 seasons that we've seen, that ain't enough. That ain't
no.
So hold on. Yeah, so I mean, explain to me, because you did, mind you, going back to what you said about the throw, the incompletion. What is that? That was one of the best throws I ever seen. Okay, Mahomes is a rare talent at quarterback. I will agree with you there. Where I disagree is he not on the greatest. Mahomes not even top 5 yet, all time.
Come on.
You know, not even top 5 talent, but he has not had the resume to back up his you know, but that's based off time, you know. But go ahead, my man, you got something to say.
I'm not saying he's the greatest of all time. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying he's the greatest in the NFL right now. That's what I'm saying. He's the greatest in the NFL right now. That's what I'm saying.
That's a debate.
As far as all time, if we talking about resumes, I'm taking Joe Montana's resume because he's undefeated. So, I mean, you can have more rings, right? Like you said, Wayne. You said
just went to another team and won his first year.
But he lost. Joe Montana never lost. He never lost, right?
That's another debate for another day.
I just want to state that for the fact.
Then let's
according to Wayne's standards. How he always say, no. Hold on. I'll let you talk. And when we talk about other sports, he always say 6-0. 4-0, Joe Montana. 4-0.
That's a different topic.
I just want to let you know.
According to your standards. That's a different conversation now.
According to your standards.
LeBron nuts. We're not new to that right
4-0. Now. It's better than 7-3. So I just want to let you know that.
Nah.
Just want to let you, according to his standards. So I'm taking Joe Montana.
I do. You had something to say?
Yeah. No, let me give you some real gas right quick, Xavier. Let's talk about how, man, you'll never see a quarterback beat 3 quarterbacks the way he did. Don't forget they were a wild card. This man went to New Orleans, the Saints was supposed to go far. You talking Drew Brees? I'm talking Drew Brees here. One of the best quarterbacks of all time. Another one of the best quarterbacks of all time came to his house and beat the Saints. Hold on. It gets better. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the pack. I'm gonna take my Tampa Bay Buccaneers up to Green Bay. You against Aaron Rodgers. And discount double check, exactly like my man said. You know, University of California graduate. You know, I'm a California man. You know, Butte College, Chico native, man. You know, Rodgers, I follow up on the man. But he beats him at Lambeau Field. Then goes on to beat the Super Bowl champions and the best quarterback in the league, Patrick Mahomes. Listen, we're never going to see a playoff run like that ever. Ever.
Whoa.
Gonna see a run like that.
Pump the brakes there, Abdul, man. Pump the brakes. You know, out of everything that I heard you say, I've never heard you mention the defense the whole time. Tom Brady, don't get me wrong, Tom Brady's great. But let's, like, when I mean by tell the whole story, let's not forget how good the defense was now. The defense carried Brady that game. That this recent Super Bowl that just happened. If the defense doesn't play like that, it's a close game and they probably lose. Just me being honest. Just me being real. If they don't play like how they play, he probably facing another L. Okay,
yes, man.
Let's be real. Let's be real now. Okay?
I did name the defense though, just for the record, my man. In a sense, because what I stated was the old linemen were out.
That's what we're trying to tell him.
You got 3 starters on the offensive line out. It's like what you know.
It's right. We repeating the same things to you. You're not getting it. Hey,
I feel like I feel like in the early 2000s, Brady was crazy, right? But when you start talking about the 2010s, the 2012s and stuff like that,
this boy,
it's the defense for me. And like I said, I'm not saying Brady isn't being great in those two. No, I'm not saying that. Or those playoff runs. I'm not saying he's not being great, but it's the defense that's having a fat chunk of that. It's having a fat chunk of that. I'm just saying. And he has a great O-line during those times. So I'm just saying, let's look at the factors surrounding this man.
So Montana didn't have a great O-line, great defense. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
you better look at it. Yeah, you look at it.
Yeah, but he went 4-0 though, so that hell, I mean, he ain't never been beaten. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
when you the greatest,
I'm very sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I got one more thing to say, and I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't know what the hell the greatest of all time means anymore. Then I just don't know what it means. You know what I'm saying?
What
I don't know what it means no more.
What does it mean to you?
The impact. When I think about
It's
the
more
greatest
than
of
that.
all time, how strong was your impact? Like how great?
I'm gonna tell you what it means next time. I'm gonna tell you what it means.
How your greatness impacted the game day in and day out. That's what I think.
I'm gonna tell you what the greatness means. Next topic. Dude, you got any last words before we go to the next topic?
Oh, well, okay. Well, going back to greatness, how about I say this? This is one thing in greatness that we don't discuss. How about if there's a greatness and we have to underline it by different terms underneath greatness, what equals greatness? I'm going to have to say one thing we don't discuss is longevity. This man, Tom, has played 20 years. So you saying 4 Super Bowls, all man Montana went to was 4. So we gonna say just because he undefeated in 4, that ranked higher than a man that been to 10, a man that got 7 on his hand and been to 10? Come on, man.
And the man that the referees let the defense barely touch. Yeah, I mean, but I ain't gonna. That's not the here nor there though. I ain't gonna.
I hear by all of us. That was great take.
I ain't gonna say nothing though. I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah, I hear you though.
Getting the matches across him, Abdul, it go right through. But that was a great topic. Next topic we have: who is your top 2 GOATs in sports altogether? You can anybody from each sport. You can find 2 and feel like who's number 1, who's number 2. Ever since Tom Brady won his 7th ring, it's been debates between him and Michael Jordan. My thoughts is otherwise. But I'm gonna let X start off with this topic and say who is your top 2 GOATs and why.
And you said in any sport, right?
Any sport, you compare them all.
Well,
Greatest athlete
ever. LeBron gotta go on there. I mean, that's LeBron. You know what I'm saying? LeBron gotta go on there. He the GOAT.
Not even top 5, but
so definitely LeBron. LeBron, and I will say, that's tough, man. I will say Mike Tyson, LeBron and Mike.
This got to be the wit. This is the weirdest one I heard. Can you please explain?
LeBron. So do I shouldn't have to explain LeBron because I mean LeBron, but LeBron because of the domination he's been doing since he got into the league. Literally, I mean, who do you know?
I want to say dominant.
That came in.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Go ahead. Okay. Thank you. My turn. Okay, my turn. Excuse me. So who at age 18 coming out of high school dropping 25 their first game? Who you know doing that? You know what I'm saying? So look, ever since that day, man, LeBron has just been moving up. Yes, he had a lot of downfalls in his career, do not get me wrong, but when you think about the impact he had on the game and that he's still having on the game at 36 years old, you just have to respect that and tip your hat off. Like I said before, y'all said before, Brady is dominating for these decades at his age, but he's not playing both sides of the field. LeBron is playing both sides of the court, doing it at a extreme high level, man, at this age. With those miles on his legs, still jumping a little bit, jumping out the gym. The way he carried a team, he's carried teams, sorry teams. I respect that, man. That's the real definition of an Iron Man. No really major injury in his career. So that's the real definition of an Iron Man. It's just his greatness, the impact that he has not only on his team but other teams. That he's the reason why super teams started. They building them now to try to beat LeBron. That's how you know you're great, when teams are just there just for you. That's how you know you're great. So he's the greatest unquestionably, if I'm saying that right. The greatest of all
That's your
time.
opinion, but
Yeah,
yes.
he's the greatest of all time because of what he do on the court, but also building the school and stuff. Man, that's really props up. So he's my GOAT, both on and off. Mike Tyson, we all know what Mike about. You know what I'm saying? In his heyday, he still might catch you with the 1 or 2. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. I take Mike anywhere in the street with me. Mike is the GOAT, man, because like I said, the impact he had on the boxing, him as a young kid, knocking out grown men, the power he had, the speed, he had it all. He had the defense. I just love watching Mike's old clips, man. It hurts my heart that he took some L's that he took. One of them I really wish it didn't count because he just wasn't in shape. He wasn't himself. So, but other than that, man, Mike is the GOAT of boxing in my eyes. The dude had everything: speed, strength, all that. So I'm gonna choose Mike over anybody. And he didn't care. He didn't care as he got older. He didn't care, and people thought he was weird, and it wasn't. He might have seemed weird to people, but man, Mike was just different, and I respect that. I really love him now that he's older, he's wiser, so I respect him so much. I wish I could meet him, but he's definitely my second GOAT. I would take him over anybody. His impact, just him getting in the ring would affect the other boxer mentally. You know what I'm saying? It's been shown. It's been shown. So I those are my 2 GOATs.
You make me question you every. This is me. I just pray for you. I do. Who is your 2 GOATs and why?
Man, first of all, depend on what we talking about. Like, are we talking about GOAT as in who dominated their era, their play, in their particular sport? But also, there's another GOAT conversation as far as you got to discuss what goes on off the court as well. You know what I mean? So, because if I was going to go on and off the court, I was probably going to go with Bill Russell and LeBron, 2 basketball players, or I'm going to go back to Ali, because remember that one time?
There we go.
Yes. You remember that one time? I mean, this was long before any of us were born, but Kareem, Bill Russell, Ali, just a bunch of old
Jim Brown.
Yes, Jim Brown.
Malcolm X. I know.
They linked up for the sake of racism, for the sake of making it equality for those of us. And, things that the athletes did, honestly changed the spectrum. You know what I mean? Because it's like athletes control a lot. You get what I'm saying? When LeBron speaks up, people listen. You know what I mean? So when you talk about Bron, not only and I heard you make a statement earlier, Wayne, saying, oh, you don't think he might not have dominated, but honestly, going back to what X was saying, because Bron is my boy as well. Just so y'all know right now, Bron is my boy. Okay.
Yes,
yeah. So I guess that's one thing me and X gonna have in common. Okay. But when you talk about just how good of a team, just what LeBron has done for the last decade, with no matter what team he had, no other player could get that far. You know what I mean? Because nobody's game is that designed. Therefore, nobody dominated their era as much as LeBron. Now, listen, this is why people don't think LeBron dominated his era, because he lost 6 championships. But at the end of the day, you got to understand, a lot of players don't even get to the championship. Players that are legends, players that we look up to, ain't never been to the finals. For instance, let me just name a few. Vince Carter. Vince Carter never touched a great play. I'm just saying, Vince Carter, an example.
Yeah.
AI, Allen Iverson. We love AI. AI been to the finals 1 time. Okay. Melo. How many times Melo been to the NBA finals? Y'all tell me that.
He ain't never been there.
Never been to the NBA finals. Mind you, drafted the same year LeBron, CP, Chris Paul. One of my favorite. How many times Chris Paul been to the NBA finals? Okay. You get on. So making it to the finals alone is impressive. Alone is impressive. But then winning it come down to something else, okay? It come down to a team game, because everybody want to get on Bron for his 6 losses. But I could go here and debate with y'all. Okay, was he still not the best player in the series the majority of those losses? The only time LeBron struggled is in the 2007 and 2011 finals, his first two NBA finals. 07, he was too young. He wasn't ready for the Spurs. 11, he was scared. That's the only time I'm going to blame Bron for something, okay, against Dallas. I'm not going to sit here and stick up for
I was
Bron.
going to say Dallas, too.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and stick up for Bron against Dallas. He didn't take advantage of the situation, okay? But when you talk about his on-the-field play, for God's sakes, when they said he'd been to the finals 8 times, you remember how they used to put that clip of him right next to people from the 60s? Like, come on. Nobody has been in the NBA final. The TV was black and white the last time a team of players went to the finals 8 straight times since LeBron. Nobody did it in Jordan era, you know. Nobody did it in Kobe's era, you know. But anyways, so you got to go with LeBron on and off the court. That you got to understand he has received a lot of hate for him speaking up on social issues. But guess what? I respect him because we need people like that speaking up on social issues. And who better than the best player to possibly ever do it? Arguably. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's the best to ever do it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, top 3, no debate there, you know. Now, I got to go with Bill Russell, though, because he was one of the first pioneers. Without Bill Russell, there would be no LeBron. So those are my 2 right there, Bill Russell and LeBron.
That was powerful about LeBron that both of y'all said. I like both of y'all takes. Me, I'm gonna take a different route. My 2 GOATs, I'm gonna start off with number 2. This is gonna be short. It's between Kobe and Jordan for me. They both was kind of similar, but the only difference was, like I said, Jordan was 6-0 in the finals when it came down to being a pure athlete and winning. He won. He left the league and came back and still won. Now, when you get on Kobe's side, Kobe impact off the court and on the court was the probably
so
his
drunk.
impact on the game was serious. Yeah, you disrespecting Kobe right now? His impact on the game.
I'm talking about Jordan. You so drunk. I swear to God.
That's another topic for another day. I believe Jordan's better than LeBron for different reasons. But like I said, I think it's between Kobe and Jordan because both of them impact on the game. And Jordan, he didn't really have a lot off the court. You know, he made shoes. He didn't really care about the social and the cultural impact that's going on the outside. Kobe was more into that, and then supporting the WNBA. And I seen that as him being a big figure and consider him a GOAT too. And people keep forgetting him in a GOAT conversation. I don't know why, because that man was a straight killer. He's basically Jordan number 2 to me. But number 1, I'm gonna have to go with like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Muhammad Ali. I believe this is the greatest athlete of all time, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. As a professional, Ali won the World Heavyweight Championship in 3 separate occasions in over 14 years. That's major. He won 56 out of 61 fights. Of course, he went to jail for what he stood up for, not going to the military. And he lost, due to age and, I guess, basically due to age. And I felt like his athleticism during that time faded away. He could have been undefeated. He could have retired, but Ali wanted to keep fighting and keep talking to his fans. His cultural impact and political impact, which made him the real champion. It wasn't about boxing. That's what made him the real champion. What he stood up for, what he talked about, he didn't have no fear. Everybody knew who he was. You knew who he was because he gonna make sure you know who he is. That was big. Him going to Africa fighting George Foreman and what he stood up for, that was major. If anybody didn't see an Ali movie by Will Smith or just Ali documentaries, I suggest you watch it. It was very impactful and motivation. Let's see what else. Oh, Ali also created a camp and a boxing camp where fans could come see him train, where he lived there, and go watch him get prepared for his fights. I believe that was impactful as well, as you having that fans that close to you and engaging in what you do and how good you was during the time. That was just amazing. And then also the biggest thing was when him going into the army and sitting 3 years in jail. I don't think LeBron could do that. I don't think Jordan could do that. Tom Brady could do that. Serena, I don't think none of them could sit for a whole 3 years and come back and win a championship. I don't think that can happen. That man sat in prison, no training, no proper eating, nothing. And he came back and won a champion. That's a real champion. And what he did outside of the ring, like I said, that's what made Muhammad Ali the GOAT. That's my 2 takes on that. I got anything to say about that? Opinion?
I got one thing to say, Wayne. What the hell you put Jordan in there if you just said it yourself? Oh, he didn't do as much outside of basketball. What the hell you put him there
You're
for?
right. But let me now this I knew you was gonna say something like that. Let me tell you what I consider the GOAT. I came up with this by myself. Since you asked the previous topic, what's the GOAT and what's the GOAT to you? And let me tell you what I think a GOAT is. This was Jordan got that LeBron has all these too. One is perfecting your craft. And you always get better at practice, and sharpen your skills. Yeah. 2, doing the unthinkable. All the guys we named did something that you didn't think they'd be able to do, or nobody be able to do. They did all of it.
Right.
3, breaking records. All the guys we talk about broke multiple records. Had probably on top of the list, all of them. 4, setting the standards. All of them set standards. 5, influencing people. Big influence. Like I said, that's important. You can't just, like I said, I know Jordan didn't have that much influence, but his shoes kind of is influence, but it's not. And then 6, intelligence. You always got to be very intellectual. Brain is the brain. You need this. That's a GOAT in my eyes.
Okay, well, in that case.
Hey, that's your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. In that case, my bad. I ain't even, that's it,
Next topic we have who is your current NBA league MVP? I'm gonna start this off. As we know, the leaderboards right now is Nikola Jokic, the Joker, LeBron James, and Joel Embiid. Yes, surprisingly 2 centers in the list. I don't know how. And LeBron, his name's always gonna be in there, even though I think he's doing all right. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you who I think it's not hating. It's how I look at the game. This is what I think the league MVP is. Steph Curry. Yeah. You can roll y'all all you want. I'm already break down the stats of what Curry is doing right now. First of all, we already know there's been a lot of speculation when the season first started. Curry struggling without Clay, and is he gonna bounce back? And I guess he responded and looked at everybody's tweets and what they said and heard what you said. And he just been on us. He's been on the spaz on everybody. 50-point game. This man Curry been putting up MVP numbers right now, averaging 28.3 points per game behind Bradley Beal, who leads the league right now in points per game. 6.1 assists, 5.5 rebounds. A point guard rebounding like that? He's going 50% from deep over the same 10 games. 50% deep. His efficiency is very important right now. It's big. Efficiency is important in NBA if you don't know. 31 points per game per 36 minutes. Currently lead all players who have played 20 games this season. The efficiency is key. Curry, I don't know why he's not in the conversation. You watch Sports Center, you see him everywhere. Yeah, I know how the criteria is. You have to have a good team record and this and that, but I don't think that should be the rule. I don't know who made this stuff up. Why you have to have a good team record to be considered MVP? Oh, let me finish, sir. You can go after. And Curry's stat category is looked at. Compared to LeBron and Embiid and Jokic, Curry kills more teams than they do. He destroys teams more than they do. Compared to all of them, put Curry against all of them. He destroyed their teams, and they won't. I don't know if they'll destroy his team or other defenses. His opponents double team him, triple team him. LeBron don't get double to triple, and B don't get double to triple.
What?
Joker don't get not as much as Curry. Listen to what I'm saying. Yes, Curry is getting double shooting, coming off the pick and rolls, coming off the court. Is you crazy? Is you crazy? I'm gonna let you get. No, I'm done now. I'm just saying you better look at Curry and see what he's doing. And you saying let's LeBron make it double, but not as much as Curry. Come on, man. Triple team off the 3, and he's still making it consistent. And just go in with your take, sir. I believe Curry should be the MVP right now.
Wayne, you must be drunk as a skunk or high as a kite. Okay.
You
Or
look like it, though.
crossfaded.
I think
You must be
is.
crossfaded the way you talking.
You got
Because
LeBron tattooed on you somewhere? Because I feel some type of LeBron love coming Valentine's Day. You get him something?
you when it comes to LeBron, you like Skip Bayless to me. Okay, we don't.
There's no hate.
Okay.
There's no hate.
So I just want to say this. You naming all that, yeah, that's good. Curry, that's
You
good.
like Shannon when it comes to LeBron.
Yeah,
All lovey-dovey. But go ahead.
That's not the hit nor that. That's all cool that you called out the stats, but what is his team doing? If that's the case, Bradley Beal needs to be in the MVP conversation then, okay? For what he's been doing, the Wizards, as many buckets as he get, and they still getting they tails.
So you saying it should be? You said a team matters. What is the award called? Most valuable player,
right? But
what is the on top of that league?
What is the most valuable player impact, right, on the team, right? When you say hold on, let me finish.
Go ahead.
And this is where I feel like I got you a little bit, okay? And correct me if I'm wrong.
You don't get me.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Abdul. I ain't talking to Wayne. I feel like most valuable player. I feel like Bradley Beal is more valuable than Steph Curry right now. That's how I feel. I feel like
I don't know.
That's how I feel. But I feel LeBron is the MVP right now. That's just how I feel. He the MVP right now. It's LeBron. It's LeBron, Joel Embiid, Jokic, Bradley. Then you can put Curry.
What?
That's how I feel.
Abdul, what's your take? Sorry, Abdul, what's your take?
It's my take. I mean, we all know I'm a Bron fan, and we just gonna talk about how Bron has been snubbed for MVP after MVP season after season. Okay, let's just be honest right now. Bron was supposed to have at least 2 to 3 more MVPs, season MVPs on his resume. Let's not talk about 2018, the year Harden. He was with Harden got it. Please, LeBron did everything for the Cavs. Kyrie was gone, still took him to the finals without Kyrie. So now when you talk about his season stats right now, he's 25, 8, and 8. Great stats, okay? Now we talking about the number 2 in the Western Conference right now. I mean, Embiid's stats are good too, though. He's averaging 29, 11, and 2. But let me throw out a snub there. So right now, I do want to say, first and foremost, LeBron is my MVP.
Okay.
But that's simply because of the best record, their record. Even though Philly's first, they're not a proven commodity. You get what I'm saying? Off any day. So everybody talking about Embiid. Yeah, everybody talking about Embiid this, Embiid that. One of the keys to being the most valuable player in the NBA is staying injury free. Embiid hurt left and right. He hurt tonight. He hurt the other night. I need consistency. Somebody that's gonna be on the floor now, consistent than a 36-year-old freight train. Okay, who got more miles than Embiid on him? Please. Embiid got baby miles. It's almost like Embiid still crawling. You know what I mean? But if all of these teams had the same record, the Jokic, period. Yes, if they all had the same record. But I understand the Nuggets are what? The Nuggets are what? 7th, 8th? Basically. 7th.
They're in the middle right now. They're in the middle.
Exactly. That's why I can't consider Jokic. I can't consider people like Steph. They on the bottom. So we're talking LeBron and Embiid. Please, it's no question who the MVP is. Okay, let's give it to LeBron. He's getting old. He's still producing his career numbers, if not better. I think it's time we stop cheating this man. Give him one final season MVP. Okay, because. Exactly. Because for LeBron not to have the season MVP at least 5 years out of a 20-year league, who are those people voting? I need their jobs. Their jobs need to go.
I don't understand the voting for a lot of sports, football, basketball. Like it's like how is the voting system? Who is doing it? I'm right there with you with that.
Right.
I agree with you. To a certain extent, Abdul, I just don't agree with when you said if everybody had the same record, Jokic should be the MVP. I say Bradley Beal now. They all had the same record. I'm saying Bradley Beal because that man is what he's doing for DC right now is pretty valuable, man. If they had the same record, come on now.
No. Well, hold on. Let's talk about this. Have you looked at Jokic stats? We talking
Jokic eating.
27.5 points per game, 11.5 rebounds, 8.5 assists. The big man's almost averaging a triple-double. All this on 56% field goal, my man. 40%, 84% from free throw, 40% for three. Come on, dog.
And you think he's gonna really keep this up the whole season?
Man, I don't know. But right now, he got the best numbers in basketball. Nobody in the game right now this season got better numbers than this. The problem is I'm not gonna consider this man for no MVP when the numbers ain't translating to wins.
Right.
You know, numbers got to translate to wins, and that's why LeBron is the MVP. But that's just me being biased because everybody always want to say I'm biased, but I'm really an analyst. They just mad because LeBron is that good. It ain't my fault he's that good, and I gotta say Bron all the time. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my fault. You know what I'm saying? You know, when Bron slip off, I'll be the first to tell y'all, you know what? Bron is not what he used to be. I'm going to be the first to say that. But until that day happens, you get what I'm saying? I'll tell you when that day happens. Y'all don't tell me nothing. I'll tell you when that day happens. You know what I'm saying? So, man, right now it's Bron. I got Joker being number 2. And that's even over Embiid because Embiid, he doesn't play enough games. He's bound to get hurt. Who's to say Philly's going to even finish number 1 in the East? I don't think Philly's going to finish top 2 in the East. But that's just me. I don't think they're going to finish top 2.
I don't think Philly, I think they bluff. That's what they is about.
Exactly. You know, so I don't have confidence in Philadelphia, none whatsoever. But yeah, so my league MVP is LeBron, and no, I'm not being biased. Haters can hate all y'all want. He's still performing. He just came off a championship. He got the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. Man, 36 years old. Stop hating on this man. You know. Let's just stop. Anyways, I'm done. I can't. I'm done.
Said.
That was great takes. That was LeBron Curry. That was great takes right there.
LeBron Curry.
Last topic we have today. We have should there be an All-Star game? If recently a lot of players, well, I'm gonna just name a few: De'Aaron Fox, Kemba Walker, LeBron James, and Damian Lillard has came out and said they do not want or care about an All-Star game. We're gonna give our topics on how we feel about that. Me as a fan, I'm gonna start off, and I'm gonna say I agree with them. I don't think we should see an All-Star game this year. I have many reasons. One reason, of course, is due to COVID, the health. I feel like a lot of players don't, shockingly, the NBA has been pretty good, controlling players' health and making sure they don't get sick. And I feel like the All-Star weekend, players like to go out and party. I feel like this would be the first shocking news we get of players catching COVID and breaking protocols. And 2, I believe players want to spend more time with their families. Some have newborns. Some miss spending time with their family or had limited time going to the season being so short last year. And I feel like they want to make up for that missed time and give their wives and child the love and attention that they didn't have last year. Also, clearly the NBA, this is why I respect the WNBA much more. The NBA clearly don't care. They care about money. And I see why Kobe looked at the WNBA and how he looked at it and how they stand up and will fight for this, not to play or get paid. Right now, the NBA don't care what the players are thinking. Yeah, we hearing that takes, but the NBA still going to do what they want. As we hearing right now behind the scenes, the NBA still is deciding to have a dunk contest, and I'm just like, they don't even hear the players. They letting them talk just to hear what they wasting air. They're like, we don't care. We're gonna get paid regardless, and y'all gonna play regardless. That's why I respect the WNBA more. Shout out to them ladies. Also, I have the NBA. I heard they don't even have a second scheduled season yet. Like they don't have a schedule for what they're gonna do going into the second half of the season. I'm like, you're the NBA. You've been doing this every year, but now COVID comes. I know it's difficult, but you telling me you only got to think. You're not prepared for what's to come next at the All-Star game. You're so focused on making money and trying to get the players to play, and they don't even want to play. Half of them don't even play. It's not about because they ain't get votes on. They don't want to. They don't want to do it. Let them rest and spend time. And lastly, I believe it want the All-Star game shouldn't be played is because one, who makes the All-Star game? To me, it's the fans. The energy, the jumping off the bench and the photography, the recording, the falling, the laughing, the giggling, the celebrities coming. It's a good time down there. Looking it from the outside, we at home looking in, or some of us that probably may go. That looks, that's fun. And then you just seeing cameras everywhere and no reactions and no fans. That I think energy is dead. Abdul, what's your take on the NBA All-Star game? You think they should have one or no?
Man, honestly, my man, absolutely not. You got my boy just coming off a championship run in the bubble. Can the man have some rest? Golly. The man barely got to see his family. The season started up again. See, what people ain't understanding is, you wonder why Steph's so hot? Steph been off since March. That's why Steph's so hot.
Yeah. He got a lot of energy.
Exactly. So people don't factor that kind of stuff in, Plus, come on, we all know what time it is. It's a pandemic time. That means desperate times call for desperate measures. You got to cancel the All-Star game. But like you said, my man, they all about money. That's all they want is money, 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 money. But honestly, it's not the time. It's not safe. What's the point of an All-Star game with no fans? Come on.
That's the main reason. That was my last reason.
Exactly. There's no point of that. So the players have spoken up. I really don't have much to say about this. I don't agree with it. No, I don't think there should be an All-Star game. There's no point.
X, last take. What you got?
Y'all pretty much took the words right out of my mouth, man. I really, and that's, the All-Star game is one of my favorite events in the NBA. I look forward to that every year. Mm-hmm. But, under these circumstances, I understand, why they don't want to play. Mm-hmm. I agree with them. And like Abdul said, my boy LeBron, he just got off a championship run, man. He ain't 23, what I'm saying? So he 36, man. He pushing 40. So I feel like they already on a short season anyway. So I just feel like, come on, let's leave the All-Star game for another year, man. And like you said, it wouldn't be the same without fans, and the slam dunk contest, all that is unnecessary to me. I feel like if they doing it for money, it's sad because they're going to get the money anyway when they had the NBA finals. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird to me. They shouldn't have it. It's for the safety of the players. And I feel like this is just ridiculous for real to even have the players speak their truth and not do nothing about it. Because the players are the ones playing the game. They're the ones making you money. So I just feel like they really need to take really consideration of what the players are saying. I hope the best, man. I hope somehow, some way that, matter of fact, I hope that the players, even if they are having to play the All-Star game or whatever, I hope they don't play. I really hope they take it upon themselves and be like, they ain't playing tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's what that'll really show the NBA organization, like, hey, okay, we got to take them serious. So I hope they don't play.
Great takes, fellas. Great takes. That is all for today. We want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe on Twitter and Instagram at @spot_on_sports. And like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube as well. We want to me and X want to give a special thanks to our guest and our colleague Abdul for tuning in. Thank you for joining us today. He had some great takes and the energy. I like the energy. X, Abdul, y'all have anything to say? And then farewells.
Before we get off, man, I just want to say shout out to the ladies doing their thing, man, on She Got Game, man.
Yes, I like that show.
Shout out to y'all ladies, man. Keep doing y'all thing. I'm very happy and proud of y'all, man. So I just can't wait to see what y'all got in store over time, man. Just shout out to them, man. Y'all some real beautiful troopers out there.
She got gang. I do.
Yeah, I just want to say I appreciate Spot On Sports and my man Tony for giving me an opportunity. I appreciate you two young cats out here debating with me. And, you know, let's get our opinions and our feelings out there. I love this stuff, you know. And once again, I just want to let the people know where to find me. It's Dat Man Dooley, D-A-T, man, D-O-O-L-E-Y. Type that in on your favorite website. You just might locate me. Like, comment, subscribe. Holla at your boy.
You already know.
Oh, this is Spot On Sports. We're not just accurate, but we're spot on. Thank y'all for tuning in.
We thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode. Be sure to check out more shows here on this YouTube page, such as SOS Discussions or My Point Exactly. And most of all,
keep watching Spot On Sports.
it's a new wave of sports that's sweeping the nation. We're not just accurate, it's spot on.